Okay, man. Welcome in, guys. So what we're gonna do here, man, is just go through the basics, man. First of all, let's get our trading view set up here, guys. Now, what you can do here is there's a little box here that allows you to have multiple layouts, right? So when you have that box, you can actually have multiple charts, one on each side, or you can switch it to where they're on top of each other, so that way you're looking in real time. And this will give you the ability to, instead of having just 3 indicators or 5 indicators on one, you can have it where if I click on the box up top, I have Matic 3 minute. If I click on the box on below, I have a Matic on an hour. Now what this allows me to do is have multiple indicators set up on 2 different windows, right? That will allow me to see what I see as far as I'm trading. Like, so for instance, down here, I can see that on my 1 hour RSI, I'm coming down and I'm coming down here. And up here, I click up here, I can see that my 3 minute RSI is actually pushing its way to the top, right? So right now, entering a short off the 1 hour RSI isn't the best opportunity because the 3 minute is green and it's pushing on its time frame, right? So that's kind of what, that's an average thing to do. So now let me show you what we can do here. And then if you want to see one window, you just push this up and then you have access to one window. A little more fuller. All right, so what I'm going to show you guys is how to use multiple indicators, all right, on the free version of TradingView. All right, so what we're going to do here, guys, is very simple. We're going to take this and actually open this up here. So what I do is I like to have multiple windows. So I open one window and I create my academy. Let's say the academy indicators, right? So let's say you only have 3 indicators. So obviously you have your first main indicator up here, our trend indicator, which is our price action indicator, right? Then you add in our MACD, our QQ indicator right here. And then the buy and sell signals are obviously, put in here. So these are your 3 indicators. And then I save those, right, under a name. But then I open up a second page, right, which is a second tab on your computer. And on this page, this is where I basically put in my other indicators that I want to use. Specifically, let's say the RSI, right? So let's use this window here, for instance, and only use it for the RSI, okay? Now, before we get into any trade, guys, this tab only put the RSI. Don't worry about any of the other indicators, but you can put the RSI, maybe the fish are in there, maybe some other indicators that you like to see, but don't make it too busy. Or maybe on this page, put the RSI and the volume profile, which is right here. So that way you have the RSI and the volume profile, and you can see where you're at as far as what the coin is doing, right? Is it in an area that needs to come up a little bit, a bounce, and then come back down, or is it oversold, right? And we'll go by that. So currently right now, that's what you do, is you use 2 tabs, right? One tab is set up with your academy indicators, right? Your trend, your buy and sell signals, and your QQ, which are moons down here. Your second tab is set up with your volume profile and your RSI, okay? So step 1 here is to get yourselves in there. Can you open up another tab on your phone? I don't know. I've never used on the phone. I don't know if you can on the phone, guys. I don't know if you can on the phone. But what you can do is save layouts, right? So up here in the top right, there's a thing called, there's these layout savers right here. You click this little button here. It says save a layout, right? Now, I got to go in here and figure out how to delete some of these layouts because they're in here and they need to be changed around. And if I can't delete them, what I'll do is I'll click on them, I'll reinstall or put my layouts the way I want them, and I'll just save them under that new split, so that way they're correct, right? So for instance, right here, cancel. So what I would do is go to split, and I would put my indicators, I would set my indicators up on split and have that set up. Now, right now, guys, let's take a look here and we'll do some proper trading here as well. So now we have our two windows set up. That's what you guys can do. That's a little trick of the trade. Now what I'm doing here is I'm tracking Matic, right? Let's just track some coins. So the first thing we want to do here is use the RSI, and we want to use the RSI on the 1 hour. All right, so step number one, I just open up two different web browsers and do it that way. Yeah, just open up two different web browsers. Yeah, all right, so I'm already in the Academy. Where do I find the rest of the good to buy, I think. Where do I find the rest of Vi? Where do I find the rest of it? Okay, so guys, if you're in the Academy already, guys, you have to go to your Discord. All right, in the Discord, right here on the right, there is the videos are in your VIP section. Indicator videos, indicator updates. Go to the indicator updates. Click on that video, and you will see the updates for your videos right in here, right? QQ updates, trading the 15-minute time frames, using different free second windows, and new indicator update. So here's your new indicator update right there. Your new 3 indicator setup with buy and sell signals right here. All right, guys. All right, so let's get back into this. Very simple to do. So right now, let's track Matic and see what we got. So first of all, Matic right here, Polygon. Well, the first thing we do is check our 1 hour, right? So let's go through the steps here that we have. First setup is 1 hour. Is it a positive or a negative trend, right? Let's go here. And the 1 hour is very powerful because you can see, like, you know, the 200 moving average, it gets rejected, it comes down. Here's a very simple trade. If you're in the, guys, if you're inside of the Academy, this is a very simple trade to get into. Guys, it's very, like you can see here, you have your sell signal, you have your red moon, your lower volume right there. And then look how easy that short was, right? Now that short was a little choppy here. The reason why it was a little choppy is because of the RSI was actually working its way down a little bit there. All right, so here is where you start your short. You get a nice solid short, and then once that RSI bounces, you get a choppy movement, right? So I like to close out right when the RSI is bottomed out right in here, just to take profits, because as it starts to bounce, it gets a little choppy, right? And it starts to move across. As you can see here, this was the second time that you could have entered the short, is when the RSI bounced, came down, and then it gave a very distinct movement. And the lines that you want to put in here, I keep telling everyone right here, go to the side, you go to the 100 line, right? First line is the 100. The 100 is basically means that a a coin is oversold, right? So let's open this up here. As close as you can get to the 100, put a line. The second line that you want to get in here is a 60. Third is a 30, right? Now, if you look here, you see where the RSI bounces off these lines and they break these lines, right? I like to trade on an upward value when it's past the 30 line going to the 60, right? And then if it bounces back, as long as it stays above the 30, you're good. Here's your rejection, it goes up, and then this one comes down, and you can see right here, it fails the 30 right here, and it breaks through, and that's your short, right? That's where you start to see the beginning of the short. But honestly, on this first push, a second push, normally on 2 pushes, when it can't do something after 2 times, I always take the option right there. So this would be the beginning of the next short, would be coming in off of this RSI right here on the 1 hour, right? So let's see here. So that's what we're looking for right there. And that's another short that's coming in right here. And that's what we're working on right here. All right. So we can see we have a short here. So now we know that Matic is going in the short direction. So first thing you do is check the 1 hour RSI. This is where you should have been in the short, right? This is the first trade, right? We like to be in on the first trade. If we miss the first trade, we have to just move on and reset, right? First trade was way back here when the RSI was oversold right here. And then that's when we should have been looking for short sales right here when this RSI was oversold and started coming down. The red moon came in. There we go. That's a short system. And here we have it, right? So right now our RSI is bottomed out. That's the first trade. It's came back up. It hit twice right here. This is our second short right in here. You should have been at $1.34 shorting Matic at this level right here. And now you're seeing this bounce and now we're headed to the bottom. So there's still a little bit of room of short here. Not too much, because it's going to have a little bit of a bounce here. So now once you have the 1 hour RSI, right, you move over to the 15 minute. The blue, so do you go off the blue line or the red line? The blue line are basically, the blue line's your positive line, right? Which means when the RSI, the blue line leads the RSI, right? So that your relatively strength index, you go off the blue line. Go off the blue line. Right? When the blue line crosses the red, that means you're in. When it crosses down, that means you're out, right? Okay, so here. So right now, once you have the 1 hour, the second thing you have to do before you go into any shorts is you have to play the 15 minute and the 5 minute, right? Depending on your leverage, right? So now that the 1 hour is in a short, we go down to the 15 minute and we confirm on the over, because we're looking at time frames that we're looking at within the next hour. So we're going to go down now. The hour, every time frame is based on 3. So the hourly gives us a kind of like a vision into the future of the coin, like 3 hours, right? So over the next 3 hours, we're going to see downward movement of Matic. Now during those 3 hours, we have to go to the 15 minute to see within those 3 hours how many bumps it's going to have along the way. So now looking at the 15, what do we have? Top of here, 15, right? So basically how the trade would have worked would be simple. When you see the 1 hour showing a downward movement, you then go to the 15 minute time frame, and every time the 15 minute time frame starts to go down, that's a short position that you can take based on your indicators, right? So here we have a downward motion, right? We get a red moon right in here, right? So right there we can start taking that short, and we take that short until the RSI hits the bottom right there, and then we're out of that trade and we wait for it to regather strength, right? Correct. When something's oversold, that's where you're waiting to get into your short position, right? Your RSIs are telling you how strong your coin is, right? Or your trade, whatever you're watching. So basically, you want to get yourself set up in a way that you're trading with the flow. What's up, man? What's up, Dish? Yeah, the 1 hour has room to go down, so that's what we're playing off of, and not even room that it go, not even, just the fact that the 1 hour is facing down, right? So this is letting us know that currently the 1 hour is showing that the relative strength of this coin is downward. This is a downward trend. So like people draw trend lines all the time, like, oh, here's the trend, this is in a downward trend. The 1 hour is going to tell you what the trend is for the next 3 hours. Right now we're in a downward trend, so we're going to look for shorts more than longs, and our longs we're going to take profit on our longs even faster because there's not any strength to move the coin up. Its direction is south. So now we go to the 15 minute to see where we're at currently. So currently we're bouncing off the bottom 15 minute, which means we're going to show some type of up push here or go sideways, right? So right now, the first trade that I should have been in here would have been the top of this RSI right here. This would have been a short, the bounce, and then I should have been in this short right here, right? And as you can see, all right, here's your first short right here coming across, there's a short zone right here, right? Now, once you find a short zone, let me show you where it is. Here's your short zone. The RSI is coming down. You click this little section right here. All right, I'm going to show you what that looks like. To enter a trade, right, you can go off the 15-minute if you want to trade off the 15-minute. The 1 hour lets you know it's coming down. So you can sit on your 15-minute, wait for the index to show that it's also in a 15-minute downward trend. And as soon as that downward trend starts to hit, right, you can come in here, you get a red candle. You're starting to see that it's starting to move downwards. And what we wait for is the trend. The moment the trends go, right? So here's your red moon, right? So you can enter a short right here on your red moon, right? Here's your red moon right here. This is where you enter your short right there. That's the confirmation. Red RSI going down, red moon, red can't right there. That's that simple, right? These trades with the indicators are not that hard. It's all in a way of trying to like get you guys to see something that is simple, right? So, you know, that's why we could make these videos, because maybe finding a system or a way that, you know, to say it that makes it very easy for you guys to, you know, comprehend what kind of trade you should be in, or whether you should be in a long or a short, or what you should be looking for, right? We have to have a simple format and a simple formula to look for the correct trades based on, you know, the indicators, right? So hit the like button, guys. Don't forget to share the likes. We're gonna go through these trades right here. Now, so for me, very simple. My RSI on my 1 hour is going down. My 15-minute is going down. I look for a red moon. Here's a red moon right here. Here's my entry. I take my short. My trend hits, which just confirms, right? You can wait for the triples to go in. Here's your red trend, which would give you this candle here. Either way it goes, right? You're waiting on this right here. Here's your trend. So once you get your red moon, which is right here, that would have put you in this little section there. Red moon pops up. You're taking your trade. And right here, you're working this over. Now this, and remember, we're doing high volume trading, right? So we're waiting. Now, if you're doing high volume, then what you want to do here is make sure that you're waiting for the best possible entry, right? Which would be when you go red moon, red trend, or sell button, right? So that way, no matter what happens, you're guaranteed somewhere in here to get a really solid move. So that would be right there. Let's extend this up a little bit here. Then we'll go from the candle here. And this move right here, there we go. So this move right here, based off of the trend candle, which is this candle, will go to the third candle. So let's say you're a little bit late on the trade, right? You're getting somewhere in here. All right, it's a little bit above 0.75, right? 0.75, right? But you're weighted on the trend. You were super safe on your 15-minute. You waited on your trend, right? And then boom, you got your 0.75. Now we only need a 0.5 for a trade to happen on a high volume, because if you're doing, let's say 50x, right? A 0.5% would have been a 25% gain. This is what we're always taking, those 25% gains, 25% gains. We're always jumping on those right away. Now, a trade that I think I'm liking more and more is something called a reset, right? And I think, you know, maybe just tracking reset trades are the best trades possible, right? And what's a reset trade? A reset trade, right? So reset trades are basically when a moon goes from one color to another back to its original color while the trend is staying the same, right? So for instance here, hey, Bogue, you know where they're at. They're in the Discord right here. Go to the Discord. It says indicator updates right there. This video right here. Indicator updates. Right there. The very bottom. 3 new indicators. How to maximize. Right there. That's where they're at. Yeah, right here. 3 new indicators. Right here. That's it. Alright. So now, what I like to see is basically a moon and a trend with a reset, right? Okay? So right here, you have a moon and a trend. Now, normally the strongest one is when you have a moon, a trend, and a buy or sell button. Then the moon changes colors. It does a pullback or a push, whatever it is. And then the moon goes back to the original trade color. So red, green, red, and that's your short, and that's your big short right there. You see that? Now the difference here is that we did have the sell signal go to buy and then back to a sell signal, which I think is going to be okay. We're going to track that now, but it's even stronger when the buy signal doesn't show up, right? So that's what I'm looking at now. It's called the moon reset, right? Moon reset trades is when you have a moon, a trend, you get your first push. There's a pullback, which is the changing of the moon. And then as soon as that next moon turns back to its original color, you enter that trade, and that's what we're looking for right there, right? So those trades right there, right now, that's what we're looking at. And then you sell when you get a green candle, right? So somewhere in here, there's a green candle. It settles, right? And this trade right here, we'll go off this candle here. That was a 1.5 trade right there. So that's a 1.5% trade. And that's where we want to kind of stay. Something safe, something simple, retrace moon, right? Here's the moon. It has a trend. The trend stays the same color. The moon changes color and then goes back to its original color. And that's where we see what we're having. And that is based on that's really what we're looking for right there. The moon changes color, resets, and then falls. Now, this is kind of playing along with the RSI, and I want to show you how this works, right? And this is what I'm trying to get to you guys, is basically, you know, finding yourself. And don't forget to share the live, guys. Share the live. We're gonna give some alpha today, man. Let's figure it out, guys. Welcome to TikTokCryptoTrading.com, and we are going to get into this really quick here. And I want to show you guys like literally what we have going on here. So for instance, right here, right, red, green, red, big short. Now again, once that bounces, you see that bottom of the RSI here? Once the RSI hits on the 15-minute right here and it starts to bend, I'm closing my trade. You see that? The 15-minute close right here? I'm closing my trade on the bottom of the RSI right there, guys. I'm closing the trade right there. Right? That's a huge percent. Now, if we were playing a 50X on there, we just made 150% profit. 150% profit, right? So I'm getting out of that trade right there, because the 15-minute RSI is bottomed out and it started going flat, and I'm out of the trade. That's it. I'm done. Right? Now, what am I waiting for? Now I'm waiting for the moon, which basically is red. Now I'm waiting for it to reset, which is go green, and then back to red to give me another entry back into another short, as long as the trend stays the same color, right? So as long as the trend doesn't change, but the moon does, then you have a moon reset, right? That's a moon reset trade. So currently, I can say, okay, well, what is Matic? Is Matic going up now, or is it coming down? Remember, the first thing we do is check the 1 hour. Bada boom, bada bing. Hourly, the RSI for Matic is still on a downward trend, right? Still heading down. And the bottom for the trend line is about a negative right there, right? So that's where it normally bounces. So we got a little bit of space here where it's going to go flat, but we have room for this to continue to go down. Now we go to the 15-minute to see where we're at. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for following, man. What's up? Junior Raw. What's up, baby? Junior Raw. Welcome in, guys. So we're doing some crypto updates here, guys. Hit the like button. Don't forget to share the live. We're going to get into some alpha here. How to make money in crypto 100% of the time, guys. I mean, honestly, this shit ain't hard. All right, so I want to show you guys how to take $100 and turn it into 6 figures per year trading. Okay, very simple. So right now, we're in a situation where we're tracking Matic, right? Matic is in a downward trend, okay? But currently it is bouncing and starting to move upwards, right? Meaning that it's going through a dead cat bounce, right? So right here is what we're watching. The 15-minute RSI is bouncing, right? And now what we need to do is see when it rejects. Now normally it's going to reject right in this area here. The problem is the red line here on your Q is basically a seller's line, and the green line is your buyer's lines, right? So some buyers are stepping into the platform, but the sellers are going flat, meaning they're kind of equaling out. So we're going to see a sideways trend. We need the red line to move up, right? We see this red line. We need the sellers to increase, and we need the buyers to decrease to see a nice little run, right? So sellers, buyers. Right now, the sellers and the buyers are going sideways, which is creating this sideways movement, right? So once we see that, we notice that the RSI is on its way up. So we're going to see some bounces to the top side. So now what we can do on bounces to the top side is we can go to the 5 minute, right? The 5 minute is going to allow us to get high volume trades in the direction that we want to go, right? So for instance, now that we're thinking that Matic is going to short, we need to find a short position, right? Down 30K. Who's down 30K? Junior, you're down 30K? What do you mean? You in crypto, you're down 30K, bro? That's almost impossible. You talking about like money, you're down $30,000? Oh my God, dude, this shit. Man, who do you follow, bro? Who do you follow? Man, put them on blast, man. Who do you follow, bro? What influencers do you follow, dude, that you're down 30K? That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. All right, so listen. So right. All right, Junior, man, pay attention, Junior. You're going to get some alpha today. So we have a trading academy. The trading academy is TikTok Crypto trading.com. If you want to get in the academy, hit that website. You get more alpha. More importantly, you get into a Discord. Let me show you a little bit about the Discord. The Discord's right in here, and this is what happens on a daily, right? You got to get into a trading group that, let me go to the VIP chat. The trading group where you can basically get with some people that are doing well. So here's some of the students inside of here. Can anyone tell me where to find the buy and sell indicators? GoX, welcome back, man. 38%. Here we go right here, 102%. Now, guys, some of these things are, I got to go make a video on this ape on how to do these things. That's what we're doing right now, guys, making videos on how to do this. This is what we want to see, an average of 20%, 29%. That's really what you want to see, consistency. Here's 57% last today. Can you do a video? 42%. So these are students in the academy, guys. And this is what they're doing daily. So 23%. And now remember, guys, we want to take profits at 20% and above. We just want to close out those profits every single time. No need to get greedy. Here's a 75% trade we did last night. That's the admin. That's me. You know, this is us tracking trades, explaining how to watch a trade, videos on where you're looking for the trade. So we're very active in the Discord. A lot of students that are coming in here, and these are just students right here. This is Dish. Dish, are you in here, Dish? Bro, you're killing it, 35%. Dish has been on fire with the 35%ers, right? Spoon's doing what Spoon does, 41%. Bread Boy's been unbelievable, man, 58%. 55% for Dish. Dish, you are killing it, Dish. Bro, I'm very proud of you, Dish. All right, I'm very proud, man. So you're going to get some alpha today, Dish, to help you out to get even better on your trades, how to enter properly. And that way, when you guys are entering properly, that's the problem. You guys are getting into the trades at the wrong time with high volume, and that's where you're making your mistakes. So I'm going to fix that today with the RSI. But here's your 32%, like constantly. So guys, if you want to get into a Discord that's, you know, putting up numbers every single day, simple numbers, nothing crazy. We do have some huge ass wins here and there, but I mean, we don't really focus on that. We just want to basically take our 20% every single time, guys. I'll do fire 55%. I mean, these guys are doing well here. Dish again. Dish has been rolling. Bog, what up, Bog? Bog 25%. Bog is on fire. So guys, we use Ever Forever. We use all different brokers, right? So I use MEXC, MEXC, MEXC. Some guys use KuCoin. I also use KuCoin, but my main future trades are MEXC. As you can see right here, MEXC futures right here, MEXC. This is what we use, 94%. So But I do have a lot of guys that use Binance, but most of us we're trying out. We're using MEXC right now, guys. All right, so now, guys, let's get into here to see where we're at, because remember, we are in the middle of a short here, right? So since we're shorting here, we're looking for short positions, right? So the very first thing I want to do here is find me some short positions off of the next moves on the 5-minute, right? Or even the 3-minute, right? So once I find the 5-minute position, I go to the 3-minute to basically qualify. So what do I have here? So let's take a look here. First thing we got to do is let's put this Matic one over here on the 1 hour. Are we still going down on the RSI? Yes, right? So see here on the RSI, we're still going down right there. As you can tell, we're almost there, but we're almost at the bottom, right? You see how that RSI is almost bottomed out, which means the shorts are probably not going to be that greatest right now, because this RSI is getting to the bottom, and we're probably going to see a situation where, you know, it could go flat and we could see a really big short come in here. But now we need to go and investigate what we have. So we have a little bit of time on the shorts, about an hour. So let's see what this looks like on our 5-minute. So currently we have a short trade that just happened right here, came down, the RSI bounced on the 5-minute, you got out of your trade right here, it turned green, and now you're in a green setup. And now what we're waiting for here is for the buyers to get less and the sellers to come in, right? Which looks like it's going to happen because this RSI on the 5-minute is oversold here. So this looks like this is preparing to go into another short and probably a nice little sell-off here, right? So now the next thing we got to do is that now that we see a possible trade happening, we got to go to the 3-minute here. All right, there we go.